I literally just wrote a poem about a blade and
Mm.
posted that picture of the photo shoot that I did in my back or like in the backwoods. And literally that feels like I felt so empowered during that shoot and like such a fucking goddess,
Hmm.
warrior, and badass. And like, I feel like those are often rare moments as a person with a disability. Like, we live so much of our life feeling inadequate or not enough or judged and shamed. But like in that moment, I held power. And that sword, like even in those words that I wrote, like the blade is a word you yield. It's a decision you make.
Hmm.
It is double-edged and sharp, but it is also capable like of knighting you in love and
Mhm.
power, responsibility.
Hello, lovers. Welcome back to Pleasure Pound. Today we're talking about something that feels very real for us right now. And it's how to access pleasure in times of pain or burnout or overwhelm, because life can be both beautiful and fucking brutal all at the same time. And when our bodies hurt or when our nervous systems are fried, when the world feels heavy, when we're grieving, pleasure can feel so far away. But what if pleasure doesn't have to be big to matter? And what if it can be about both the choices we make for ourselves, like things to let go of and things to welcome in? What if it can be relief, release, softening, a little reminder that we're still here? Today, we're exploring pleasure not as bypassing, but as care, as medicine, as validation of our humanness. So let's get into it. Hey, girl.
Hi,
How you doing?
I am so good.
Good. So,
Good.
gosh, this is a big one. I feel like this came from such an honest place, this episode. I ended up writing something about, we just started this not that long ago, really, and we launched it not that long ago, and it's been like so awesome and beautiful, and we both love it, but it's also this like reality that like change is still change. Even if it's good change, it's hard and it requires work. And so we've been like, doing a lot of our work and also going through it in our personal lives, and the world is crazy. And I'm fucking tired. I'm tired,
Girl, I literally just yawned. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm gonna try to keep you entertained, baby. I promise. Like
I'm here for it.
I'm just like, this is so beautiful. I'm so grateful for what we have and what we're building. At the same time, I'm like, damn, dude, like I need to recenter with what the execution of my purpose looks like in balance and in pleasure. Because we're so programmed to produce and work in a certain way. And
Yeah.
I know, and I have learned that this body can't work like that. And honestly, none of us should have to work like that. Like, how can this be joyful is a question I keep asking myself, right?
Girl, we are paralyzed projectors. And like, that is part of the projector theme, right? Is like, we're meant to be horizontal. We're meant to like ebb and flow with our energy. And like, it is not go, go, go all the time. And then like, we exist in these bodies that are like, hey, our nervous system needs like time to reset and recalibrate.
Yeah.
And newness comes at a cost sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you really have to surrender and get real with what is my capacity? What is gonna feel good to me in terms of what I'm giving the world? My energy, my gifts, my talents, my skills, all of it. Because it's like you can keep trying to give, but if your cup isn't full, it's gonna be bitter. It's gonna taste
Yeah.
it's not gonna taste so sweet. And I don't wanna ruin this fucking moment for, like, and I'm doing it on myself, but I'm also giving myself permission to not be like, I'm not giving myself shit or shaming myself. I'm just being like, girl, let's let's just look at this. Let's reshape. My friend Gabe was like snail pace all the way.
Always snails and sloths. They're my
Snails and
people.
sloths. They're my people, she
I love
says.
it.
More sloth sex. More slow
Yes.
sloth sex. Yeah,
Yes.
so that's how we're arriving today. At least that's how I'm arriving. How are you arriving?
I am arriving in a variety of ways and like really just trying to ground into presence. Um, I too have also felt like very life is happening so fast right now. And like there's so many different things going on. I'm coming off of like my week of parenting and we had like play dates all weekend and so I was in that mode and also like I stepped back into the dating scene and kink world and I'm like ovulating and so I feel like I'm super sensitive and like everything is heightened and I'm just like this there's so much to feel in this world and how do we find balance? How do we like prioritize our own pleasure when we're serving others or tackling a job or like juggling different to-dos? How do we show up for ourselves and show up for the world around us within the ways that serve us best? And that's where I'm at today. I am dancing with all of those ideals. I've been juggling a lot and I think that like I've been really trying to discern like where to give my energy, where to withhold. Sometimes I'm being forced to like restrain emotions and feelings because I have to like survive that moment. And a survival state is never one that I want to really live in, ideally. I want to be able to like be present and um I don't know. Uh
But sometimes
I
it's
was
just
saying
like
that
where
like
you're at, you know? Like sometimes that's the reality
yeah,
is that you're like, you feel like I'm in survival mode right now. And that's just, that's fucking real. That sometimes it feels like that, you know?
and it's so real for today's society. Like
Yeah.
there's so much coming at us.
And there's a
And
lot of people who feel that even more than others, like
totally.
there's a spectrum there depending on what your existence, what your identity is in this country. And that's, I think, what part of the conversation is like, you might feel like you're in survival mode. And so then what does pleasure look like? Like I remember talking to my friends, when in Minneapolis, when I said like first when shit was really crazy. Um and I mean it still is, but when it first erupted and I was like just do something simple like light a candle at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day when you come home for a break. And I loved hearing that there were these vigils happening where people were lighting candles together and it became this like communal moment of this communal reclamation of just like a simple piece of peace. Like pleasure can just be a peaceful moment. You know? It's like
I
this
love that.
breakdown of pleasure, like we said, pleasure doesn't have to be these big things. It doesn't have to be sex. It doesn't have to be sexual pleasure. It doesn't have to be something so grand. It could be something as simple as lighting a fucking candle and making this small little reclamation of peace that might even last 30 seconds. I don't know, you know? But it matters.
Yeah.
Like, just that intention matters because the reality is, like, yeah, Kate, you might feel like you're in survival mode, and that's valid as fuck. Obviously, we don't wanna be there or feel like that, but we can take back that sort of, like, victim-y thing that I think you're alluding to, where it's like, I don't wanna feel like I'm in survival mode. I wanna be thriving, and I wanna take advantage of my thrivability as a human,
Yeah.
but it's so overwhelming sometimes that these, like, little incremental baby steps toward thriving are what matter most.
Totally. Totally. I think like I have just put so much work into stepping out of survival mode and regulating my nervous system to better manage those moments of survival. And I mean, we have that like nervous system response to literally survive. And I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing, but I am very like, I would love to boycott the hustle culture or like the survival necessity of this world right now. And
Yeah.
like, I would love for us to be able to like rest and regulate more often. Um,
Yep, that's
but
what we're
yeah,
here
when I
for.
was, yeah, I was just like tapped this weekend and I was like, oh my God. And like the kids were begging me to play their 16th game of who knows what. And I love it. I'm down for it all. But we had also just got back from like 2 outings and I'm like, okay, I need 5 minutes. Like I just need to go breathe air, like fresh air. I need the wind on my face. And I literally like I went back to like my tree. Her name is Mabel. I love her. She's like known more of me than any other human on this planet. And I just like put my hand to her and I like looked up and like looked at how her branches were like interweaving and connecting with like the branches nearby and like just starting to
Mm.
bud. And I was like, damn, like this air, this breath, this everything that we are connected by and through. And it might last a moment and then we might collide in another moment again. But like for right now, like nothing is still. And yet here I am able to breathe.
Hmm.
And it was just like, I was like, ah, okay, fine. I can be a mom again.
And
But
literally, like, looking at the life and rebirth happening in something else,
totally.
right? And being like, I
Yes.
can embody this season right
Yes.
now. I can welcome that. I used nature and I still do, but I remember using it a lot after my brother died and just going on walks and just observing and getting those messages just by like witnessing a tree's branches in the wind or the light coming through the oak tree leaves or um like a little turtle crossing to the stream or something, and you're just like, wow, I'm in the magic right now and it's informing my process. Whatever in whatever way I'm open to seeing and witnessing and feeling into. And I love that you have Mabel. I have Anita. She's a big pine tree of sorts. I gotta figure out what exactly she
Ah,
is. But yeah, she's so much.
I love her.
I know. I love her too. She gives me a lot of groundedness and strength. I'm like, Anita. I need to. I actually have been praying to Tina Turner lately. I've been
Yes.
channeling the
Okay,
Tina
queen.
Turner badassery. Like,
Mm.
Tina, you went through some
Yeah.
hard ass shit. And Tina chose
Oh my
herself.
god.
Tina discerned.
So good.
Tina discerned to reclaim her pleasure and her joy. She was like, now I'm fucking done with this bullshit. You know, like
Yes.
sometimes you just gotta call in the bad bitches, the trees. I don't care what it is. You know, like I need some divine help here. And then I go to
Yes.
this hotel this weekend and they have a record player. And my friend gathered a bunch of records and brought them up to the hotel. And the first one in that stack, fucking Tina Turner. And she was just looking at
Girl.
me with her like badass look. And I was like, I know. I love you. I love
I
you.
know, I feel you. Dude, she is totally who brought my voice back.
Yes.
Yeah, I had this really rad chick that I was inpatient in the hospital with. We like shared a hospital room after my accident, and um I obviously had a fence post go through my neck, and so I had a trach, and as I was being weaned off the trach, it's like a whisper.
Mm.
And so she would make me sing Proud Mary.
Oh my God. I
And
love
she'd be
that.
like, all right, now, Miss Katie, like, now it's your turn. And I'd be like, and I swear, and by the time
Oh
like I left
man.
rehab, I was like whisper yelling across the gym to some fucking Tina Turner.
Whisper yelling. That is such
Um,
a fucking quad thing.
it was a very real thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We whisper yell. My friend actually said, stop whisper yelling at me one time. I was like,
Yeah.
I love that Tina was your bitch. She's so great.
Oh, we gotta call them all in, right?
Gosh, thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. We do. We got to call them all in. Why not? Ask for help. I ain't got no shame in my game. I'm going to ask for all the help,
I know. I
especially
have
from
like
someone like that.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I have at least 6 like female goddess badass women statues of some sort in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
I need them all.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of this whole game with disability has been learning humility, learning to ask for help. And I'm sure as hell not going to limit it to the physical world. I don't think I'm that
No.
special.
I call upon the skies, the trees, the bees,
Yep. All
the
of them.
deceased. Like, come on.
Give me all your wisdom and
Help a
messages,
girl.
please. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You do. Like,
man.
at some point, you got to give it up.
Yeah. I mean, we can anyway. You have
Yeah.
the option to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over and
'Cause you
over
don't
and
have
over
to.
again. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard on the ego.
But that is, I mean, I think that is what we're talking about here. Like, in times of overwhelm, when it just becomes too much. Like, what do you do, Kelsey?
Yeah.
What are your
Oh,
go-tos?
man. So lately, I've been noticing that in grief that's overwhelming and pain, I actually notice that I get more spacey. And I've been isolating a little bit because I've just been like, I don't want to put myself in a situation where my pain gets worse. So I wasn't going out.
Yeah.
And I'd want to go out, but then I'd be like, oh, it's so bad already. If I get in my car, it's going to be worse because it's this like wicked neck shoulder pain. And I would steer away from movement out of fear, even though I wanted to move. And I was just like, my fear was really, I've been bracing myself, like waiting for the pain to get worse, waiting for it to come on. I've been waking up and like fearing my body. I've been like more irritable and just like disconnected. And so just in this last I've been like, sprinkling in, like I take a bath every Sunday night. I take a bath usually twice a week. I've been soaking my feet more lately. I've been like, okay,
Mhm.
I know that water helps me when I'm grieving. So I've been like going to the lake. On my birthday, I went to the lake and prayed as I waited in line for the ferry. It was really beautiful. And um, just said out loud what I was releasing, everything that I was releasing. Um, and like I'm releasing unsteady love. I'm releasing addiction. I'm releasing pain. I'm releasing fear of my pain. I'm releasing whatever it might be, right? I mean, the list was long. And then I stated what I am welcoming in. And that list was also really long. And I could just feel the water like carrying my blessing for myself out. And so this like connecting with water has been huge for me, like soaking my feet in the tub, taking more baths, drinking more warm tea, putting water on my altar, saying a blessing as I like touch the water and then touch like my heart chakra. Just finding different ways to send messages out for both for myself and to the divine, to the universe.
So powerful.
Yeah, it's been really helpful. It's been really helpful for my nervous system to be like, and just telling my nervous system, like, this is not permanent. This pain is not permanent, whether it's physical or emotional, like literally saying to myself out loud, this is not always going to be here. This is just this moment right now. Or like taking a moment to breathe and like hold a part of me that doesn't hurt, like just feel the like how good it feels to just like have to just touch your own skin somewhere where it feels soothing and nurturing. Then it's like it speaks with the pain. It's not trying to shut it up, but it's like we can both be here right now. Yeah, that's been really helpful for me. How about you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so many things. First, I will answer your question. But did I miss your birthday?
Yeah, but it's okay. Cuz I
It's not
cuz I didn't
okay.
tell you.
Oh my gosh, when is your birthday? I'm putting it in my calendar right now.
It was on Saturday. My birthday is Pi Day, and I had such a good
Oh,
birthday. I went over to the mainland. The ferry started running magically like the Tuesday or Wednesday before my birthday, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm getting the fuck off this island." And
oh my
I'm
god.
going and staying at a nice hotel. My friends bought me a hotel room. God bless them. Oh
Oh,
my god, it was so fucking sweet. It was the best. It was just the best. It was such a wonderful day. And we were, like, in
oh,
between snowstorms, so it was kind of, like, wild and adventurous too. And there was a
yeah.
and so I got to go to this beautiful boutique hotel, with a restaurant attached and have a really nice meal with some fun, meaningful, lovely friends, and, then we went and saunaed at the sauna there, and that was lovely and got some good rest and came back home. It was a good day. It was a great day.
Oh, I love that too. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll never miss another birthday. You are a fine slice of pie, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, second comment that I have to what you just stated. I don't know if you're aware of like the messages of water, the
Yeah,
Dr. Emoto. Okay. Yeah, like there is actual, I mean, like
scientific
research
evidence.
and
Yeah,
proof. Yeah, like of the way that water holds intention and energy and everything that you're discussing is that like it is such a healer. It holds the capacity to completely, yeah, redistribute, cleanse, and all the things.
yeah.
So kudos to you, and I'm so happy that that is a tool.
Thanks. Me too. It's such a
Mm.
beautiful one to lean into. When you know that and you believe that and you feel it in your or in you when you deliver your words and you feel it in your heart, it's just that much more potent. you
Yeah.
know?
I always whisper into my tea, like, my intentions and gratitudes and anything that I'm needing to release. Like, even if I'm sipping a beverage during an uncomfortable conversation, I'm like, please help me, like, wash this down and, like,
I love that. I'm
wash it
totally gonna
away.
start doing that. Like, you can
Yeah.
whisper, like, your intentions or what you are calling in into your
Yeah.
tea.
Like, oh, yeah. And as I'm
Great.
putting the tea in, because I do a lot of loose leaf tea,
Yeah, me too.
or even if it's a bag, I mean, every plant has a different meaning, all the herbs, different powers.
Mhm.
And so, like, I have specifically this love tea or surrender are two of my favorites. And like, I will just whisper, like, thank you so much for this day, this breath, this body. This will also answer your question, what I've been doing lately. Speaking to my body and giving thanks in times of immense pain.
Mm.
Like, um, it was crippling this weekend. Like, when I'm so overstimulated, overworked, just overloaded with energetic mind body demands, I'm in a chair for like 18 hours and my back is had it. And I still need to be there and show up when I don't necessarily have the capacity to be. Um, I literally just said like, Ho'oponopono, like, I am so
Mm.
sorry that we are still here. I love you for showing up in all the ways that you do, this fucking strength and resilience that you continuously show me that you have. Like, I'm sorry that we're in this position.
Mhm.
Like, and just, I forgive you for like, I feel like I don't have anything to forgive it for in that moment. Like, I forgive you for making me aware of this pain, but I'm at the same time so grateful for feeling this pain and like,
I like that switch for "I forgive you" instead of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you."
oh, I've never heard it that way.
That is the way that I
I mean,
know
you are,
it, but I like that you could say it either way.
yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And so I will whisper those gratitudes and intentions, just words. I mean, prayers. Like, sometimes I'm just begging it to do the work
Mm.
that I feel so stuck or like, I mean, water is movement to me. And so, like, whether it's the way that my body moves in a pool or the way that I drink it down, like, it flushes, it cleanses, it propels, it moves. And so I do get very intentional and wordy and a little witchy with my beverages. Um,
Yeah, why not? I like it. I'm gonna start doing that shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's like this comes into this question of what counts as pleasure right now, and even that counts.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
something as simple as speaking into your fucking tea, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, or as some silly as some people might think it is, you know? Like these smaller, honest, humble requests, these prayers. I've been really leaning into that too in terms of just like just giving myself like a gentle sway, you know?
Yeah.
Just giving myself a
Yeah.
little bit of movement that feels good. If they get so overwhelmed with pain, how can I invite in something else when my brain is just processing pain, 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 you know? Instead of like,
Totally.
I could numb, I could go that route, you know? And I'm not gonna lie that like, there were a couple times where my pain was so overwhelming that I eventually had to let myself take drugs. I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, now it's time for half an oxycodone which I very
Yeah.
rarely do. But it's like, what's worse for your body right now? To be so overwhelmed by this pain or to feel
Totally.
temporary relief?
And when you're bracing with that pain, like, I mean, pain does so much more damage than just the effect of feeling the pain, right?
Yes.
Like your cortisol goes up, your muscles are contracting in a position that's not great. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
there's a lot of like other harm that's happening. Um, and so it's like, what is the thing that can bring me relief, that can um feel, it's interesting. Like, I think that there's all this like shame around taking drugs, and there's obviously the fear because it's very addictive. Like, that is legit. I'm scared of it, so I rarely take it for that reason.
yeah,
Um, and just because I don't like it, I don't like the way it makes me feel. Part of it I like because I don't care about my fucking pain anymore. Um, but there is this like, there's a difference, I think, between numbing in a way that's like, okay, I'm going to give myself this relief with drugs right now, or I'm going to give myself relief with drugs all the time, or I'm going to do this thing all the time. Like, when are we numbing and when are we actively participating and choosing pleasure in a healthy way?
I think that's totally it. Intention again. And like, I fight that same battle. I have a whole family, I mean, slew of addiction issues. And for that reason, I have had to learn that like it is okay for me to take something or to reach for something after I've tried certain things, like
Right.
going outside, a warm compress, a hot shower. Like, what other tools do you have in your basket? But that's what these tools are there for, right?
Mhm.
Like, I don't think oxys or pain management, shit, fucking white willow bark. Like, you want to talk about a natural pain reliever? Like, we feel pain as being human. Like, we feel. And so there's nothing wrong with aiding that discomfort. But like you said, like, it's okay. How are we able to sit in it? At what point does it become a hindrance
Mhm.
to our life experience? And
Mhm.
at what point is it a tool? Because, like, there are times that I've been in such immense pain and I'm like, I don't want to take a pill. I don't want to take a pill. I don't want to smoke.
Mhm.
Whatever that like fix might be at the moment. And then I do. And I'm like, holy shit, I can function now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm just fished out. Like, it's like, oh crap, me reaching for that has actually allowed me to
Yeah.
function on a higher level.
Yeah. And I think like what like limits me most of the time is either the fear of it becoming habitual or the shame around
Uh-huh.
it. And the truth is, like you said, we're human and we feel, and sometimes we feel a lot of pain. And sometimes it's okay to reach in the toolbox
Yeah.
and give ourselves the relief that we need in the moment. But it does take an awareness and a conversation even with a loved one or a professional so that it doesn't slip into a place that's shameful and secretive and harmful. I mean,
Yeah.
even this question of numbing, it extends far beyond just beyond medication or, pain relief medication in particular. It's like, what are my what are the behaviors in my life? Like, you could be using pleasure in a really harmful way by like having meaningless sex to escape it, you know? You could be you would be binge eating. You could be You could be watching TV, an excessive amount of TV to escape. And it's so normalized. That
I
type
was
of escape.
literally guilty of almost all 3 in just the last, like, 2 weeks. Like, I
Yeah,
found
it
myself
happens.
disassociating, overeating, eating in ways that I normally wouldn't, smoking more than I smoke. Like, I wanted to fuck it out with someone so bad. I was like, "Just give me a booty call." But at the same time, like, I'm this new woman who honors her body, and I don't want to be the girl that once was stuck in those patterns.
And like what's at the bottom of that? You know? Like
Nothing.
what
The same fucking
well, I mean,
problems.
like what is really there? What are we really yearning for? Because like at least what I think of when you say I just want to fuck it away, like what I really want is connection. What I really want
Yeah.
is intimacy. What I really want is someone to fucking hold me, you know? And maybe and yes, part of that, like, yeah, pleasure would be amazing. It would like some sexual pleasure to like escape this pain, to temporarily relieve it because that physically happens on a hormonal level. When we experience pleasure, hormones surge in, we feel less pain. That's real as fuck, you know? So like that whole thing back in the day when I'm like, I can't, honey, I have a headache, like that being the joke. It's like, I'd be like, please fuck me. I have a headache.
I know. I have a sore throat. Get your cock down
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't fully work, actually. That can make it
Oh my
worse.
god, really? It always relieved
Oh
my
my
sore
god,
throat.
no. I think there's a limit. I think there's a limit, babe. I think I hit the limit. I think it would have been maybe helpful, like maybe for like a few minutes, but I was like, I literally lost my voice now, so that's cool. And my throat still hurts. It hurts worse, actually. Yeah.
Try swallowing next time.
I do. Come on. Do you know who you're talking to? Try
No.
swallowing. Try gargling that shit. It's the cure all. It's like the Ricola. It's like a
You're
liquid
just doing your
Ricola.
rock. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nicola. Yeah.
Ricola. Oh my god, we need to start advertising this shit.
Oh my gosh.
That is an SNL episode. Oh dear lord. I love that so much.
I lost where we were. My
We're
cat's
right
like,
where we're supposed to be. That's fucking
"Hey."
amazing. But yeah, it's really a question of like, if I'm numbing, if I'm doing behaviors that actually don't feel like they're helping me, like I really know they're not, and they're not because they're not showing any lasting or fulfilling results, it requires some real reflection. Like what what is at the bottom of this numbing? Why am I doing this? What's really here? Is it that it's that I really need a deeper kind of nourishment? It's that there's something that's calling for change in me. And for me, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, I actually ended up going out and dancing at open mic night. And I ended up going to PT again. And
Yes.
I started to feel my pain getting better. I started going to a grief group, reading this book, The Wild Edge of Sorrow by Francis Weller. And these were the things that I was like, okay, I'm getting lifted up now. Okay. I'm moving more. I'm actually like sharing my movement, which I love doing with my community. It's healing for me,
Mm,
it's healing for them. And it was so beautiful because I got to improvise with a few musicians. Um,
love
yeah, and
that.
so we gave the audience a prompt. I was like, okay, I'll dance while you guys play violin and guitar. And I was like, but we need audience help. Like, why don't you guys give us a prompt for this improv? And one of our community members was like, I read an article today and the words peace pilgrim are standing out for me right now. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And so I
Love
moved
that.
and improvised with these. They played and I moved with this idea of peace pilgrim. What does it mean to us to be a pilgrim for peace? And as I was moving, I was like, what does it mean for me personally? Like, what is my pilgrimage of peace? What does peace look like in my body? What is peace for me? And not because I had started it externally, like, what does my pilgrimage for peace for the world look like? What am I giving in that way? What am I helping to shift? How am I working with my community and my people? And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, this could also be for my body and my existence to fill my cup and then extend it outwards. It was so
Totally.
cathartic. It was so therapeutic. And that was the
Mm.
bottom. That was getting to the bottom of it for me. It was like, I'm needing more movement. I'm needing more connection. I'm needing balance, performance, expression.
Yeah.
But it takes some fucking courage. And it took me to get past the like fear and the bracing
Yeah.
that was just like, then I was avoiding, then I was numbing. And it's so easy to
Yeah.
slip into. And
It's
for it
so
to
easy.
overrule your narrative that, like, this is my life right now. I don't like, I was so wrapped up in the pain that it was on my mind all the time, avoiding it or overcoming it.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
so wild.
And I feel like you, like, I don't even, I mean, yes, you overcame it, but like, you did something more than that. You invited it to the table and had a conversation with it and
Right?
like loved your way through that courageously. Like, that's not easy to collaborate with strangers and move and dance and take on what that interpretation might be and allow it space to move through your mind and body.
Mhm. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be this overcoming. That's exhausting, especially as people
Yeah.
with disabilities or any marginalized people. Like, I don't want to have to. Andrew Gerza said that so beautifully to us. Like, I don't want to have to
Yeah.
overcome. You don't need to overcome. Fuck that shit. Like,
No.
in
Fuck that.
it's so spot on, Kate, is like inviting it to the table and dancing with it, literally in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
just like tenderly holding it and being like, what do you need? What can we do? You know?
And oh my God, girl, you literally just answered your own desire. Like, you had asked, like, what is underneath that? Like the fucking out thing. Like, yeah, we want connection. We want to be held. And you did that for you.
Hmm.
Like, you held yourself through that. You were the person to reconnect with your heart, your soul. And you picked her up and loved her from there.
Mm.
Like, get on with it, babe. So
Thanks,
proud of
babe.
you.
And yes, I did 100%. And I love that I didn't feel like I was doing it alone. I didn't do it alone. I got to collaborate with some really beautiful humans who it was so lovely to move with them and to like feel each other's energy in that way and this artistic improvisation in this I was
Ah,
at the church too, which was
best.
cool. Like it's like the church here is very welcoming, non-denominational. Like we have like our full moon circle there and community dinner there. So it's just like a gathering space in a very small
Mhm.
community. Um,
Yeah.
and the pastor there is so great. I adore him. And um, he played violin, and then my friend Ivan played guitar. And afterwards, we just hugged each other, and we were all just so grateful that we got to share this little pocket in time together. It's just that type of collaboration was a big part of what I was calling for too. And that's like why I love this so much because
Which,
it is so healing. Just this act of collaboration, of connecting is so
yes,
therapeutic.
girl, so deep and so visceral. Like, and I think that that is part of my why is like, I desire to be seen and understood, or even just felt like in a loving way, right? Like, or known. Like, I want, I love to collaborate in spaces where we have like minds. And that's not even the thing. Like, I want different perspectives, but
Yeah.
I love the way that we can come together in a space where you can be every version of self and expand.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah, it's not like you
yeah,
need the like mindset, like that you said that. Like, it's just that you can bring your whole self to this space and feel seen and feel growth and feel healing, feel challenged, but in a way that's loving.
and safe and known. Yeah, like, yeah, it's all of it. I mean, I was talking about in therapy last week how, like, why I'm feeling these feelings of stuckness and like, how do I move through them? And she's like, what is underneath that desire? And like, I just, I feel like it's so much work for me to have to like direct my life so much to other people that like, I just want it to flow. Like, I want someone to know what my body needs or
God,
what my mind
yes.
needs. Right?
Yes. Oh my God. This was another thing I was talking about. Was like, I, this is on my like to do list is to create more of that flow so that I'm not having to communicate my needs as much on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Imagine for a moment from the time your eyes open in the morning, how many physical moves, minor or large, does it take you to get out the door? Whether that's you reaching for something right as you wake up, walking to the toilet, you use your hands to open the drawer to grab the toothpaste, brush your teeth, you open the fridge. Kelsey and I have to dictate those needs to someone else, and not only what we need done, but how we need them done. Hey, this hurts. Oh, don't do this that way. Can we
And then also
do
process
this
how this
first?
person might feel about it, what their judgments
Totally.
might be, if their feelings are hurt, if they think we're saying they're doing it wrong, all the ego shit on top of that.
And we're not even awake yet. Like, it just,
Yeah.
there's so much that goes into just existing in this paralyzed body and like getting out the door. So, like, you choosing to stay home at any point, which I do so often these days, like, is an act of self love. That is you going down on yourself in the best of ways.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that. You
uh,
choosing to stay home can be the equivalent to you getting your pussy eaten if it's what you really need in the
oh,
moment.
righteously, like, yes, baby.
Yeah. If that's what you need, do it. Yeah, and so that in that way, it's like, okay, maybe pleasure also looks like more planning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think like a big question to ask yourself is what can bring me pleasure today? What's going to give me like 1% more ease or joy? You know, what kind of pleasure feels possible? What kind of pleasure
Yeah.
feels like it's calling for me? What am I feeling an urge to lean into that feels sweet or tender or soothing or like a yes? What's a no I can lean into that's affirming my humanness and my sovereignty as a fucking human being, you know? Like the yeses and the nos are huge. That part of discerning is freedom. Freedom is pleasure.
Yeah. Boundaries,
Boundaries,
limits.
baby. something that I was thinking about when you were like, "Oh, I just want someone to come fuck the pain away." Like, what about that? It's such a like complicated topic, right? Because it's like, what's wrong with someone fucking the pain away, you know? But it's like,
Mm.
I've had so many times where I've tried that and afterwards I feel depleted,
Oh my God.
you know?
Yes, that is so true, so factual. I am like, I am yearning to be like fucked out of my mind. And I'm just like, I need the physical release. I need the sexual satisfaction. I need the sensory input. Like, I need.
The
And
closeness, the
last,
intimacy,
ah,
the rawness, the primalness.
so
Like,
much.
yeah, dude.
And I feel like my body, my heart, my mind have forgotten some of what partnership feels like because I've been alone for so long at this point.
Mm.
And I've been super satisfied up until like a week, maybe two ago. And I was just like, damn, like as I'm building these new circles, like I'm like, how dreamy would it be to have a Rolodex of folks that I could just be like, hey, can we bang real quick? Like, and let's be friends afterwards. Like, I don't need anything from you other than like, or come hold me on the couch.
Right. You're expressing like to someone like this Rolodex that you speak of, hypothetically, would include people who aren't just gonna come fuck you. They're gonna come care fuck
Yes.
you. They're gonna come slothy
Ah,
fuck you. You know, where like
lucky.
you're actually showing up for each other, not just for the bone, not just to bone, but to like, hey, what do you need in this moment? Like, is this gonna feel fulfilling? How could it feel fulfilling? How can we leave this so we both feel nourished by this rather than like something was taken? So it has to be like this, there's so much to this equation. And maybe this doesn't work for anyone at all ever to have casual sex like this, and that's fine. But maybe it could in some way. But like it's probably like not gonna be someone you still have feelings for. Like that's probably not a good life choice, you
Mm,
know? That's gonna leave
yeah.
you feeling like, oh my God, I just wish we were
Yeah.
back together and now I just feel like stolen from. But what if it's a Rolodex person that's like, yo, girl, what do you need right now? Do you want me to come rub your legs?
Yes.
Do you want me to hold you and run my fingers through your hair while I fuck you and stare into your eyes and kiss you all over? Yeah. Yes, I do.
Please. Yeah. 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 I
Yep.
need that.
That'd
I
be
need.
great. And then hold me afterwards for like like at least 15 minutes. Probably closer to an hour, let's be real. Maybe even longer.
Ooh.
Like
Oh, I can't do all that.
I want some
Yeah.
strong cuddling for however feels good in that moment. Kate, oh, I
I
can't
will
do
take
all that.
strong cuddling as foreplay. Um,
Mm.
Post O, I'm like, mm, yeah, let me just like melt into this. And I'm about like a little cuddling. It's not like I don't want to be touched after that,
Mm.
but there is like a
What
limit.
does the
I'm
melting look like for
so,
you? Like you're like, I want to melt beside you. I want to melt without you. Or
I
I'm
am
like,
spread the fuck eagle, hair disheveled.
well, yeah.
Like, yeah, I am melted into the abyss of fucking
Yeah, there's like the aftermath of
juicy
like, oh
goodness
my
that just
God,
happened.
right? Where like you're just like wrapped in this like rapturous like post pleasure where you're just like, okay, welcome back to Earth. Let's and then
Yeah.
yes, totally. I feel that. There's that moment of like release and oh what the fuckness.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay, hold me.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can cut off
Or
for a
who knows?
little.
Who knows? The situation's always different. I think that's like part of this like conversation, this dance is like, can you have that Rolodex person come over that's going to be present and here for all of it, you know? Because, depending
And I
on
feel
what
like
you need in that day, because it could be different. It will be
totally. And I feel
different.
like that's why it needs to be a Rolodex. Like, okay, we are all very openly communicative about where we are in our sex lives. Like, let's be responsible. Let's be open, transparent. Like, I think that's the biggest thing. And like, some days you might not be up for something, but number two might be. And like, okay, so that's when we hook up. Um, I mean, this is again a fantasy for me, but it's gotta be happening somewhere out there, right?
Oh, it
Anyone?
definitely is.
Comments,
Yeah,
please.
share with us, you guys. How's this working for you? How are you guys having your needs met? Feeling, but for the single people out there, single peeps, or people that are poly,
Or I mean, in
or in
open
open relationships. Yeah.
E&M, yeah. Like, because I feel that too. Like, I don't know, were we just talking about this on the phone? I was just talking about it with someone, but I don't feel like all of our needs are to be
We were
met by
just
one
talking about
person.
this before this call. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I prefer personally, I like monogamy. If it works, I like it. Um,
Mhm.
but it doesn't work for everyone. And so and there's no way that I expect one person to meet all of my needs. If I'm in a relationship, am I going to be fucking other people? For me personally, no. But am I going to maybe be like cuddling on the couch with a friend or having, uh, like doing a dance project and it's a very intimate thing to dance with other people sometimes and that's okay? Yeah, that needs to be okay because that's my life.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, this is also something that I've been questioning of myself as of late is like these desires, these fantasies, how much is truth and how much is protective armor? Like, am I saying that I don't want a monogamous relationship because I'm fear of failing again or because I don't want to feel inadequate? And do I feel like I do still feel the truth that I don't want to feel inadequate to my partner? I don't want to wish for my partner more out of our partnership than what I can promise them. And that goes for so much. Like, let's introduce ableism into the conversation. Like, as I'm like reintroducing myself into this dating world, like this guy, super hot, reached out to me and was saying all the right things, super flirty, very cute. And I'm like, he's into like a very active lifestyle. Like goes to the gym, rock
Hi,
climbs,
kitty
loves to
cat.
kayak. Oh, did you hear her?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. Okay, keep
And
going.
I'm like immediately in that moment, yeah, like this isn't gonna work. Like I don't want to hold you back from
Oh,
what
your
brings you
ableism
joy
crept in with like,
in your life.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I feel like the girl like sitting at the base of the mountain, like I would be there in a heartbeat to like cheer my man on or my human on, whatever. Um, but it's then I think of
Mm.
like the difficulties of getting me into the boat or like my lack of desire to climb a fucking mountain. Um,
It's like that saying, the
yeah.
devil's in the details. Um,
Mhm.
when you start to ask all those questions, it gets in the way. It gets in the
Yeah.
way. It steals your joy. It steals the possibility of life. And it's very real for
Yeah.
us as disabled people to wonder if we're going to be enough for someone or if we're going to make someone feel like they're limiting their lives to make us happy or be with us.
Yeah.
You know, that's real as fuck that's a fear. I have feared that. I will fear that again. And to like wonder, like, are they thinking that? Are they not doing this because they don't want to hurt me or do it without me? You know? But
Yeah.
I have to, I mean, I have also thought like, God, if I'm with him and say we're like 10 years deep and all of a sudden he's like, I would really like, I long for a woman who can ride me and, like do these things I can't do. That is a very real fear of mine that like I will end up in a relationship where at some point I won't be enough because it's not new anymore or whatever. And I remember expressing that fear to a friend of mine who was in love with me and we weren't together. We were just friends. But he was like, Kelsey, that's not going to matter. That doesn't matter to me. And it's not going to matter to someone who loves you. But it's so hard to believe it. It's
Yeah.
so fucking hard to believe it. And I think it's like, I think we all have that fear in our own ways, like of just not enoughness. Because it is a resounding narrative, no matter what your identity is, no matter how you are humaning. But it is
Ugh.
definitely that much louder when you see and are told over and over again that your body isn't worthy or isn't enough, that you don't fit in this space. So I feel you.
Yeah, like, it's like you're so used to this narrative that, like, when someone comes along and says something different, it's like, is that voice loud enough to outweigh
Mhm.
or, like, to silence the steady voice that has been telling you otherwise?
Mhm.
Um, and there have been those moments where, like, I mean, I told you that one of them was like, "Oh, I just wanna chill on the couch and, like, rub your legs," and I was immediately triggered by it because of the narrative that I'm so used to. Yet in whatever episode it was, I mean, I recalled the orgasm that started by my lover tending to and loving on my legs.
Mhm.
And yet, like, this week, for whatever reason, when he said that, I was like, ew, like, what are you in this for?
Right. Like, are you a devotee? Are you objectifying me right now? Do you only want to fuck me because have some weird fetish towards my disability?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. Pleasure. Pleasure is power. How do we want to access it? How do we want to lean into it? What do we want to see? Like, what's on the other side of it? Like, I think the last couple weeks that have been loaded with grief for me have had me really, um, I was in a dark place. And especially like after you take Oxy the next day, you're like, my life is meaningless. Everything sucks. Fuck, you just
Mhm.
dip real low.
Yeah.
Um, but lo and behold, might find out my girlfriend was doing having the same experience that she literally had to have surgery, had to be on all these narcotics and then dipped really low. Like we didn't even know we were having the same experience. I was like, oh my God, we need to reach out more. Like we need connection and we need to like listen. And it takes courage, curiosity to feel more. And that's what we're meant to do here is
Okay.
to move and to feel and find ways to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you gonna find ways to do that for this week's homework,
Ooh
ma'am?
la la. I feel like I'm finally coming back into a place where I'm ready to explore my orgasm again more and sexual pleasure for myself, self pleasure. Um, I don't know. You got any advice? I had the like 2 orgasms in the tub experience, which was stellar. But now I'm like, I want to experience. I think I might download Dipsea and
Oh, I've heard of
actually,
that.
yeah, it's like the app designed by female scientists. It's a women run business that uses erotic story. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you
I
can like
have
download
that.
this app and like pick your story. Like they have all these different erotic stories to listen to.
Yeah, it's like audiobook, right?
Yeah.
But like erotic.
Yeah. Like a
Okay, yeah.
huge catalog of sexy stories to like get you into the whole thing. So I kind of want to try that out in combination with my like I just go there. Just like build the whole world and go there with that and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a huge thing to dedicate yourself to trying to experience orgasm in in a new way in this body. Because like I'm experiencing orgasm um physically and I do feel the release. This has been my story for a while now. We've talked about this post injury anyway. I still very much enjoy it, but there's more there. Like I know that like it doesn't feel as profound or as pleasurable as it did before. There's pleasure in it, but I'm like there's more here.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm still like, all right, what's the recipe or what's one of the recipes? So maybe Dipsea
Mm.
is we're gonna do some Dipsea diving.
Ooh, I love that. Get deep, baby.
Yeah. How about you, boo?
I need to get off. Um, I generally spend I'm like very sexually frustrated right now.
Word.
Um, I generally spend like my first kid-free day, like my Mondays are always swamped. But so like by the time I'm done, it's like 8 p.m. and I need to like eat and shower and like all that shit. And I crash. But like tonight, I'm like, I need to fucking masturbate so bad. So I will be, yeah. I
I
love
will
the
be
idea of
masturbating all
Dipsea.
night long.
I will be masturbating
It's
as
like that
long as it
Sex and the
fucking
City
takes.
episode where Charlotte calls Samantha. Samantha answers like mid masturbation, like mid fucking stroking it. She's like, "You sound winded." And she's like, "Charlotte, I'm masturbating. I told you I'd be doing that all day."
Yes, my queen. I love
I
her.
know. Get
Seriously, that
it?
was me. Like, yeah, pre-accident. I if I didn't have shit to do, it was me and my fucking bullet vibrator and whatever tool I chose
Yeah.
to like penetrate me at the moment.
Why not?
I oh my God. I
On the
am
road,
yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah, I've masturbated while driving. I was just bound to be in a car accident eventually.
Ah.
Oh, this stupid shit. Um, yeah, I am gonna do that. I love the idea of Dipsea. I'm like, do you talk about like being kind of trapped in fear when it comes to pain? Um, I haven't physically masturbated like with vibrator and dildo, whatever, in a very long time.
Like, what's a
And
very
because I've
long
been
time? Like a month?
no, it's been probably 2 to 3 months.
That is a long time for you.
But that's not to say that I haven't gotten off. I just haven't
Oh.
used toys.
How have you been getting off? Mental game?
Breath, sound, slight touch. I can get myself there so quick.
What? See, this is what
Um,
I haven't gotten there yet. I enjoy it and I feel turned on by it, but I'm not reaching orgasm. One of my friends was like, "Yeah, I came in my sleep last night." I'm like, "You're a fucking asshole." Like, I
yeah,
can never
no,
climax in my dreams. I get so
I
close.
can't either.
Ugh,
I know.
so frustrating.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean that I can get there so quick. I just mean that like I can tap into that space. And then
Do
once
you
I'm in my body,
do you feel like
it's,
you're like you came, like you're like, "Yep, I'm done. I just came. I'm relieved." Like that was no doubt orgasm.
yeah. Um,
Huh.
yeah, I do.
Okay. This is hope. This is good. I can work with this. This is what I'm going to do without the pressure of achieving anything. That's what I need to take off the table. Expectation, pressure. just going to allow and enjoy and create the scene.
Yes.
So hard to do.
Explore.
Because
yourself.
you know what you want. It's like going to the fucking ice cream shop. You know you're going to eat the ice cream. Like you're picking out what you want. It's a whole thing. You're all excited. You know, cup or cone, sprinkles, whatever toppings.
I have a suggestion.
Yes, please.
Take yourself to ice cream in Europe or Australia.
What does that mean?
And consider what flavors you aren't even aware of.
Oh,
what if
God. Okay.
What if this one feels different? What if it melts in your mouth quicker? Like, what is out there that you don't even know yet?
I'm getting kind of turned on right now. Okay. I can work with this.
Yeah.
My mouth is
Work
watering
with ice
too.
cream. Yeah.
Gelato.
Put a scoop on your nipple and see how it melts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like, you want to just eat the fucking ice cream, like I'm just like waiting to eat the ice cream. But really, like half the fun is going to when you're going to the ice cream store. You're going to get some fucking ice cream. And you're going to get there and you're going to wait in line. And it's, like you're like dancing in line and shit. You're like, you know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm not even close enough to see what flavor I want. And then you get there and you're like, look at all these weird flavors. I don't even know what I'm going to get. Maybe I'm going to get 2 scoops. Sugar cone, waffle cone. I don't know. So like I need to make that whole process enjoyable. Because it is.
Yeah. Excuse me, while I imagine someone eating ice cream out of my inner thighs right now.
Oh my God. Excuse me while I imagine someone eating my pussy like an ice cream cone. That's how it's
Literally,
done.
Yeah. Thank you.
One of the best lines from Sinners, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that movie. He teaches them how to eat pussy. And I was like, that's a good uncle right there.
Oh my God.
And then he just like took that metaphor of like, I'm going to eat this like a delicious ice cream cone. That's like how I've talked about sucking cock. Like you eat it, you suck it like a delicious popsicle. I told my sister that and she was like, that was really good advice. I'm like, you're fucking welcome. Who loves you, baby?
Yeah.
It's true.
It's the rescue.
We don't need no stinking sound effects. Oh my God, this episode is getting so long. We love you guys.
I know. Okay, we gotta go.
Go watch Sinners, swept at the Oscars. By the time you hear this, it's going to be like fucking May or something. But anyway, we love you guys. Wish us luck.
Love you. Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right, lovers, that's a wrap for this episode. Subscribe, share, and come get messy with us again next time. Until then, stay juicy, stay curious, and remember, you were born for pleasure.